And go.
Okay, for our first in-class warm-up exercise, we're going to draw, and I'm going to not measure, but I'm going to go ahead and draw a 10 by 6 rectangle. So this dimension is 10, this dimension is 6 feet, if I were to dimension it to actually write my dimensions. Because the first one, we're at a scale of 1 to 10. So on my engineering scale, I would have been using the scale that has a 10. So this scale equals 1 inch equals 10.
You could make 2 lines like this.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if my might end up being too small. So underneath this one, you could write
inch
1 inch
equals 10
feet.
And you always put the 10 and then dash and then 0 feet. That's how it's correctly written. So we're trying to learn the difference between an engineering scale and an architect scale that would have like 3/4 or 1/2 or 1/8 on it, as opposed to an engineering scale that has whole numbers, 10, 20, 30, 50. So we've got our first example here. I'm writing in Chinese from right to left here. So my next one, so the next step is to give the outline a width of a 6-inch drawing showing to the inside of the rectangle. So I would use my scale, and on an engineering scale at 1 to 10, there's no little half ones showing the inches like it does on the architect scale. So I'm going to use my best judgment that this is 6 inches in by dividing 1. So again, without the triangle, there is my little house. And it doesn't have any windows, but it's a little house because the walls are 6 inches thick. So then the next part of the exercise is to do another 10 by 6 rectangle at 1/8 inch scale. So then 1/8 is not going to be on the engineering scale, it's going to be on the architect scale. So 1/8 of 10, so I'm just getting my bearings here, so I would read my 1/8 from left to right.
And see, I could have done a metric one for you, but then you would have been a star. Okay, so you got that one. Now,
So really hard for you to see, so I'm going to do it upside down. But typically, I don't try to read the scale upside down. I know Nancy does. I don't. Everybody does it different. So I'm just checking that it actually is 10 feet here. And I want to know what 6 feet is like to here. So here's my rectangle at 1/8 inch equals 1 foot 0 inches. Then I would take my scale again, and this one does show you what 6 inches is like. And you draw the inside wall 6 inches inside. That makes sense?
Yes.
Everybody great?
6 inches was on the 1 to 10.
I guess, because there's no dimension. But if this little space is 1 foot, then half of that would be 6 inches. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So you have to guess on the 1 to 10. Okay. And then the next one would be at 1/2 inch, and then 3/4, and then 1 to 20. So just transforming back and forth from engineering to architecture. That goes back to you. Awesome. Draw to it. Okay. Bye.
Cut.